Many people have expressed to me the frustration of not being able to lose weight in spite of exercising, in spite of diet changes. Today I'm going to share with you a possible reason why. Hi, I'm Dr. Christensen. Welcome to my office. Today I'm going to share with you a most likely or probable cause for the inability to lose weight. I remember once years ago I had a patient who was, probably 100 pounds overweight, and she swore to me that she was exercising, she was maintaining a very, very healthy diet, and quite frankly, I didn't really believe her until I ran into her on my bike ride at lunch along the river trail, and I kept running into her, and she was there, and she was sweating and huffing and puffing and just working out. And I thought, wow, she really is doing everything that she knows how to lose weight and being unsuccessful. Unfortunately, later I've discovered the reason why. And what the reason why is the adrenal glands. We find that if the adrenal glands are fatigued, it's almost impossible to lose weight. Let me share with you an example. Imagine for a moment that you're living in the Dark Ages. You're somewhere over in Europe, and we're living in the walled city. There's guards or garrisons that patrol the city, most likely Roman soldiers. And so we're working in the fields during the day, and we come back to the safety of the city at night. One day as we're working out in the fields, the cry goes out that the barbarians have just crossed the mountain pass and they're headed our direction. What's the state of the adrenal glands at that point? Right, high alert. And so we go skedaddling back into the city. We take our positions. Again, we're the poor farmers, so they don't give us swords, they don't give us bows and arrows. We're standing on the edges of the walls with rocks to defend our city. Well, as the barbarians come flooding into the valley, our worst fears are realized. They don't attack. What they're going to do is they're going to lay siege. They surround the city. Nobody goes in, nobody goes out. So here's the situation. Barbarians at the gate, adrenal glands at high alert. This is what the body knows. Skinny people die first. And so there actually is a protective mechanism in the body designed for survival, to keep us alive. And so if the stress of the adrenal glands is high, if there's an obvious threat, in this example, barbarians at the gate, the body says, let's hang on to the weight. And so we may reduce the calories, we may work out very vigorously, and we still don't lose weight because the body is designed to survive. Now, in this example, we know that eventually they will lose weight if they're truly being starved. And likewise, if you are trying to lose weight and your adrenal glands are fatigued and you truly starve yourself, you will lose weight. However, the body is designed to survive, which means that if there's barbarians at your gate, and it may be in the form of family members, it can be in the form of a boss, it can be in the form of a situation that you're stuck in. If the adrenal glands are stressed and you starve and you lose that weight, guess what happens as soon as the coast is clear and you're off the diet? You rebound back. And so what we find is that if we can get the adrenal glands healthy and back online, the weight begins to come off. And often very easily. I remember a patient of mine came back and she says, I haven't done anything different in the last month except for taking the adrenal supplement, which I'll talk about in a moment. She says, and I've lost 14 pounds in this last month. She says, I can't believe it was so easy. Again, the power of the body's will or desire to survive. And so the answer often isn't to radically change your diet, provided you're eating a healthy, whole natural foods diet. But the idea is we've got to get those adrenal glands back in balance and strengthened again. Here's a way that we can determine whether or not your adrenal glands are stressed. And it's a very, very simple test. And what we simply do is we perform a muscle test. And I know some people get intimidated by testing the muscle, but this one's actually very, very easy. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the person hold their arms straight out. And And then what you'll do is you'll tell them to hold, and you'll push down on that arm, and the arm will, or it should, be able to lock in and be strong and tight. After you do that, what you'll do next is you'll take that same arm and you'll stretch the ligaments that support it, and then immediately test it again. And often you'll find that the arm will go radically weak. I mean, almost so surprisingly. If the arm remains really strong, that's an indication the adrenal glands are strong. Here's the analogy for this one. Imagine that I've got my broadsword. Broadswords, if this were a real broadsword made out of metal, it would be fairly heavy. The body is designed with the adrenal glands to give us adrenaline. Adrenaline gives us that burst or that surge of strength. If the adrenal glands are fatigued and I swing this broadsword, I'm stretching the ligaments that support the joints or the muscles, and if the adrenal glands are fatigued, guess what happens? Similar to the muscle test you just did, the arms go weak. And so when we are in a stressful situation and the adrenaline is pumping and the adrenals are strong, we can swing that heavy sword, and the stretching of the ligaments and the adrenaline will bring us right back into fighting position. So if you're fighting with your battle partner and your battle partner's adrenal glands are fatigued, they ain't going to be so good for you. And so again, we can test the muscle, stretch the arm after the test, retest the muscle, and if it goes weak, that's a pretty good indication that the adrenal glands are fatigued. Another test that you can do that's kind of fun, you can use a flashlight and shine the light in the person's eyes, and the pupil is designed to constrict when more light goes into it. What you'll find with adrenal fatigue is the pupil will constrict, and then usually after just a few seconds, it will dilate. And then it'll constrict and dilate and constrict. We call that an oscillating pupil. And that's another sign of adrenal fatigue. And so if you test the arm and it goes weak after you stretch it, if you've got the oscillating pupil, that's a sign of adrenal fatigue. One of the tools that we use to help with adrenal fatigue is a supplement produced by a company called Standard Process. And they produce a class of supplements called protomorphogens. And what it is, it's the protein of the DNA of the organ or gland or tissue that we're trying to harvest or use. And it's actually the adrenal glands from a cow in this case. And what it does is it provides the body with the nutritional building blocks. In this case, for the adrenal glands, the product is called drenatrophin. There's another one that's similar that we also use called Drenamin. And often we start with drenatrophin. And you take the supplement, it stops the autoimmune effect of the body attacking its own adrenal glands and causing or continuing the fatigue, but it also will help to rebuild and strengthen. And so this is a supplement that we often put people on. They're usually on it for 3 to 6 months, sometimes longer, but typically you work up to taking 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening, ideally on an empty stomach. An empty stomach, our definition is a half hour before you eat or a couple hours after you eat. But by taking something that will strengthen your adrenal glands, you'll find that your energy will go up, because if you're struggling with adrenal fatigue, your energy is down, you get a second wind in the evening, you stay up too late, you repeat this cycle of fatigue and tiredness. But we get the adrenal glands back online, provided you're eating a reasonably healthy diet, the weight should start coming off and the energy will go up. And so again, if you struggle with some of these issues, or you know somebody who does, try these tests. Do the muscle test with the arm. Check the pupils. I think you'll find it interesting, and you'll find that these supplements can be very helpful. Standard Process typically in the past would only allow the sales of their product directly in office with the patient, but now they've opened up a program where you can purchase products through our website. We do make a little bit of profit on those, but again, it's a nice means for you to get a hold of the product, have it shipped directly to you without having to go directly through us. Of course, we're happy to work with you directly as well, but give it a try. To get these supplements, you can go to your chiropractor. Very often they carry this, or you can now use our online store to order standard process directly from our webpage. And so again, it's something that definitely can make a difference for you, and give it a try. If this video was interesting or useful to you, be sure to share it and like and subscribe and do all those other things that I don't understand what it is. But anyways, thanks, and we'll see you next time.